We are live. Oop, and there I go bumping the thing. And now you've gone and done it. Are you okay with that, or you want the lower one?
No, I'm okay with that.
Because the lower one might be a little bit more stable.
Well, I don't really
You can tilt it.
do anything. It's fine. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
But you can tilt it if you want. Just tilt it at the bunny head.
There I am.
There you go.
Please, that's it. Come on.
Hello, everybody. Hey, Ford. Ford says happy Friday.
It is a happy Friday. Because it is the Friday before
Hello,
a
Sam.
big weekend.
Big weekend.
Which is next weekend.
Yes. Long weekend.
But it's getting closer.
Blissfully long weekend.
Yes. Watch, it'll rain every day.
Stop. No. No.
Because Z and I want to go to the beach and get eaten by sharks.
There you go. No, but fully eaten. A little nibble will be okay. Hello, Jim.
Jim, it's Sam, and it's Ford.
Yep.
And I got an itch next to my eye.
No itch.
Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to scratch my eye. So today, I actually went outside. We kind of have a weird balcony that everybody says, oh, you should put tables and chairs out there, but you have to climb out a window. That is not an easy window to climb out of to get out there. So it's really not designed for people to really be sitting out there.
No.
And we generally never go out there. I think we've been out there now twice. Well, I've been out there twice.
Yeah, I don't go out there.
And today it was just so beautiful at 5 o'clock that I actually went out on the balcony and enjoyed a little bit of sun before it went behind this tall building. They're building further down our block, which now blocks some of the sunlight that we used to get up here. So that
Thank
was
you, David CJ832020.
a little depressing. And Greg Harper is with us. So I wanted to say that what's funny is that right across from us is a black glass building, which I took the picture of the reflection of our building in that building. But the name of that building that is all black and glass is the Grayson. And it sits directly across from us. And I just always laugh at that. Like it was perfectly designed that we would have the Grayson across the street from us.
That's right. The only thing that would make it even better if it was like the Wayne.
Yeah. So it's weird how things happen.
Ain't it just though?
Yep. So we're gonna see. I know, what am I up against tonight? I am up against
Soccer,
right? So we'll see how many soccer fans are part of Neal Adams fans tonight.
as they call it, the footy.
Right, and it is Friday before 4th of July weekend, so I know a lot of people are actually leaving now for their holidays. So I don't know how busy we'll be. So I'm actually going to start. I'm not going to really wait too much longer, and we'll just see how it nets out. And we have new pieces in here. There's a lot of advertising pieces in here, but there is a lot of comic book pieces in here. Zia's been working on a Batgirl piece that we've shown in black and white, and I told Zia, let's just move ahead and do a color of it.
Yep.
And today we were looking at different backgrounds that Zia can put behind her.
Yeah, I would have started actually coloring it, but there was a project that I had to finish first.
Yeah. So basically we should have that next week.
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday.
Right, and hopefully Z will do some videos of her coloring it as she goes along with it, because I know everybody seems to enjoy those an awful lot.
Yeah, well, everybody seems to like the time-lapse videos.
Right. And Randy said, hey guys, missed you at Garden State, Z.
Yeah, no, I caught a bug that I didn't want to spread to anybody, but it was a short-term one, thankfully enough.
Yeah. and I was just getting over COVID. So it just was a weird time period to have people over at the house and get Zia over to Garden State, and then Zia fell apart. And so it just was bad timing.
Yeah.
For both of us.
And
So,
I don't like to share cooties. I like to keep my cooties to myself.
yes. So
Yeah, there was one that also this weekend that I was going to try to make, but there's no way I can do it.
what one was that?
That was the Westchester one.
Oh. Yeah. It's summer. Enjoy the summer.
Yeah. We are, thank you,
And
Randy.
we are doing good. I have a little bit of my asthma has kicked up a little bit from having COVID. So I will no doubt cough in the middle of the show. And I will apologize right now for doing that. So I'm going to start because, like I said, I don't really feel like waiting for people. So I'm going to
I would like to
start.
remind folks to please share, because with all the other stuff going on, we're not going to have a heck of a lot of viewers of our regulars. So if you can share, maybe get some new blood in here, we sure would be appreciated.
Right.
And Phil Henriquez is tuning in from Cancun.
Tuning in from Cancun. Wow. I'm honored. I certainly, if I were in Cancun,
You
not
don't bring
be
me back
watching.
some kind of daiquiri, I'm going to be upset.
I wouldn't be watching Chris and Zia if I was in Cancun right now.
No. As entertaining as we are.
Exactly. We appreciate it.
Hey, Mike Rock.
So, okay. So, basically, I am on the hunt for Sunday pages for Ben Casey. I have found. Actually, I'm going to go get them. I'm
You're
going
going
to
to get them? All right, you go get them.
Well, we're loading up. We can talk.
Rainstorm. You have rainstorms in Cancun? I say rainstorms can be fun, though. I rather like rainstorms myself. Especially if the rain is heavy enough that you can go out and hang out in it and there's not a lot of lightning. You don't have to worry about getting zapped by a bolt of lightning or anything. Randy says, yeah, I love you guys, but I'm not watching when I'm on vacation.
Totally understand. Okay, so this is basically the load I found. And these are negatives based on Shooting Meals Ben Casey Sundays. And this was in a lone envelope down in the bottom of the drawers. So this is what we're taking and turning into positives right now. And as you can see, there's a whole mess of these. But unfortunately, none of these are dated. Yeah. And then everywhere has a different count on how many Sunday pages Neal Adams actually did. I have a high of 3 years. My gut feeling is we did not do 3 years of Ben Casey Sundays.
There's Dad showing off how well he can draw a horse.
All right, there we go. So these are from the actual newspaper syndicate. And this is what they would make from Neal's originals.
Somebody's saying, how much is the Batman sketch behind you? If you're talking the one directly behind Chris, that one is $800. We do have, for original art, we do have a payment plan where you put down 1/3 of the total price as a down payment, and then the rest you pay in monthly increments of the amount of your choosing. Once it's paid off, we send it to you. And that's how easy. No late fees. There's no interest, anything like that.
Okay, so basically, if you want to claim a piece from us, you would just, in the comment bars, whether you're on Instagram or Facebook, you would write in the comment bar claiming the Batman or claiming whatever it is that you're claiming. So that is the Batman that was directly behind me.
Yep, we do have other head sketches if you are interested, but right at the moment, we are discussing these Ben Casey negatives.
Right, and then I will get to the pile to my left here. So anyway, these are the Ben Casey negatives that we found. There's quite a lot of these. They are in good condition. We've already pretty much made these now positives, but unfortunately, like I said, there's no dates on these. So I'm looking for something that I can match to, even if it's the vertical Sunday papers. Yes,
Richie De La Torre, the payment plans are only on original art. They are not on comic books or CGCs unless the comic book has an original sketch on it.
right.
Like
Like this,
CGCs,
this is an original sketch.
right.
This is considered artwork that just happens to be on a CGC blank.
Right.
This can go in the payment plan. If you're buying a CGC like this one, which has absolutely no art on it, that would just be a payment of $200 that has no payment plan to it. Okay, so back to my Sunday page problem. So
You're
even
very
if I
welcome.
have the vertical ones, it would help because I can figure out what the verticals to the Sunday horizontals are, and it gives me dates to follow. So if you guys have any ideas, I've heard go to the library and sit with the film strips, which
Shoot me in the head.
I can definitely try and do that, but I live in New York where they're not very open or helpful to things.
Yeah, it would help to know which newspapers it was in the first
Right.
place.
Right. But I mean, this is a nice chunk that just fell into my lap, and I'm hoping that I will have another nice chunk fall into my lap. And that is what Neal wanted for the Ben Casey book. That has been part of what is holding up the Ben Casey book from happening. And now I'm coming back to you guys for some help so that we can get this Ben Casey book possibly done. Okay, so that's it on Ben Casey. I'm going to put Batman back behind me. Take my buzzer back. Okay. I am ready.
Okay, and if you want to have less glare, if you rotate your sleeve this way, then we'll have less glare. Gorgeous. Love it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Got it. All right. Let me just move my water out of the way. For the person who likes Batman, here is another Batman head right off the bat.
Psycho New Yorker says hello to the family of Neal Adams. Hello to you.
Hello. Let's see if I can get onto this one.
And here we have a startled Batman. This is an original drawing on 8.5 by 11 paper, and it is going for $700. Not too often you see Batman startled.
Batman doesn't walk around startled.
No. A little better. So I'm going to brighten this up a little bit.
So these are pen and ink, pencil and ink originals. Excuse me. Now I'm going to get the hiccups. Signed by Neal. His signature's right up at the top above Batman's ears. It is 8.5 by 11 paper. And Batman is $700 to buy.
Okay, well, G.I. Jonesy says, definitely interested in purchasing a Batman. Okay, well, we don't have very many original Batman drawings left, but we can certainly show you the ones that we do have left. And Psycho New Yorker, don't worry, we get your wave in spirit.
There. I'm going to try and get down to some heads here.
What you got there, Chris?
In talking to you guys, this is the Batgirl piece that Zia is currently coloring. That is an 8.5 by 11 Batgirl pencil ink Neal in black and white. It is $1,500. I don't know what the separate color will be to this, but we're working on it. Now my deck is all messed up.
Sorry.
Okay.
You know, we never fully commit to the deck anyway.
We do not, but now it's going to be a real test. Okay.
And then there's the straight on behind you with the Joker behind him.
Yeah, well, that was the one I just pulled out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to move back roll to my side now.
Sandra says, someone needs to buy this. It is too tempting.
Well, like I said,
you can't have it. It's too sexy.
That's the one that is being colored and already what Z has put together in reference for what she's going to color is going to be another fantastic Zia piece.
Thank you.
So this is another head of Batman that I have, of course, 700. Again, it is at 8.5 by 11 size.
The snarling Batman.
Snarling Batman. I have a snarly Wolverine. Okay. I have another Batman here. 8.5 by 11. Now this is a bust because it is more than just his head in a way. This is 2,000. I'm sorry. 2,000. Pencil and ink Neal. Signed by Neal. And this has some really nice classic ink lines by Neal. And this is a much more fine lined Batman, meaning that his ink lines are more thin and feathery in a way. And it is a signed piece by Neal. This one is 2,000 to buy. And I have this one, which is also considered a bust. It is 8.5 by 11. And this is inked much thicker line. It is a signed piece by Neal, and it is 1,400 to buy.
And Batman.
Batman.
I don't think I was scanning down on this one.
Okay. Well, I mean, he looks great, so I think you're good. So nice thicker lined Batman here compared to the one that was just up here a minute ago.
Yeah, and this is the lowest price you're going to get for a Batman of that size.
Yeah. Okay. If you have a Batman, you always have to have a Joker. We have a Joker for 600 in black and white or pen and ink.
And please excuse the alien spacecraft sound. That is actually our freight. We are not about to be abducted. It's okay.
So we have a nice Joker for 600. Pen and ink Neal. I have a Man-Bat, which this is a fantastic Man-Bat drawing. And any of these drawings can be colored. You don't have to color the original. We can color a separate, we make a copy, we color the copy so that your pen and ink can stay in pristine shape.
But that also is a choice. You can have it on the original or you
Yes.
can have it on a copy.
Right. So Man-Bat is 600 in black and white or pen and ink. Gorgeous Man-Bat. Lots of fine detail on all his fur, on his head. And this one to me has a really nice nose.
Yeah.
Sometimes Neal does a much more pushed up nose on Man Bat. This one has a good nose.
A good nose.
I am very particular about Man Bat noses.
I did not know that.
It has, it's too pushed up for me. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Then it looks like a pea nose.
Yeah.
So.
I don't like whenever they do like vampires or like characters like that, and they have like
Flat.
that fan thing that some bats have.
Right.
Up there on their nose.
So once again, Man Bat, $600. And then if we want to jump over to Marvel, I have a nice Wolverine here for $600. Pen and ink. Really
okay,
nice.
G.I. Jonesy would like to claim the snarling Batman for $700.
Snarling Batman. Okay.
Thank you, G.I. Jonesy.
Make sure I have the right one. Is this
Yeah,
snarling?
that's the one. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and this is G.I. Jonesy.
G.I. Jonesy.
Okay. Okay, so what we ask you to do is direct message us your name, where I'm shipping to, and an email address so that I can send you a PayPal for making payment. I probably will do it over the weekend at some point because we get out of here pretty late on Friday night, so we don't do the billing on Friday night. So it'll hit you over the weekend. So if you...
Beep, 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 beep. Who did that?
I was going to do it. I was still talking. And I'm going to blow the bomb.
Noise machines first.
Noise machine first. Okay. So this is for the buying of Batman. What did he say he was? Angry Batman?
Oh, snarling Batman.
Snarling Batman. Okay.
Snarling Batman. He says this is the second sketch he has bought from us.
Okay, well, then you know what we do.
Woohoo!
Whoa.
Got me with that one good.
That was a jumper, baby.
Yeah. Went all the way over to
That
my
went
side.
always the other side and behind Zia.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, G.I. Jonesy, for starting your night off. That's very nice. Okay. I'm going to put this over here. All right. So back to my little Wolverine here. He's really a nice drawing by Neal. Neal does not have that many Wolverines out there. It's a rarity to find a Wolverine, especially this kind of Wolverine, which I refer to as the yellow and black costume Wolverine. So this is a rarity piece. So this is $600 to purchase. Nice Neal Adams signature there. Nice pen work. I mean, it has a quick look to it, but it does have a lot of line work to it. So even though it kind of has a quick look, it wasn't quick. Because you can't do that line work that's up the side of its face quickly.
I like the size of his canines as well.
Yeah.
That's good, like
It's a pretty ferocious Wolverine, actually. Okay. Wolvie's gonna go away. Let me see. They also have a nice Silver Surfer for $600. Pen and ink Neal for those people who are galaxy jumpers. Silver Surfers out there. And I like that guy, $600. Nice signature on that one.
Silver Surfer does color up beautifully.
You're right. Zia does a lot of reflective galaxy off of the silver of Silver Surfer.
Yeah, no gray Silver Surfer from me, boy. You're gonna get polished silver, baby. It'd be like mercury.
And it's a nice,
Unless you like the gray Silver Surfer.
nice drawing by Neal. And then this is one of my favorite pieces, which is a Joker piece.
With the COVID carnation.
The COVID, yeah, I noticed it the other day. Like, wow, it has COVID carnation. So if you've been with us, you know what the COVID carnation is. If you haven't been with us and you're new, the COVID carnation is the flower that Neal is drawing here, which is a carnation that kind of has a little angry face. It all started when we started doing the show during COVID, and Neal started drawing. I mean, he actually just did a carnation that you
just
saw,
happened to look
you
like
saw
a
that
face.
had a little angry face in it. So then Neal, through all of COVID,
It became a thing.
Started drawing Joker with this little angry carnation. So it's kind of the inside joke of the show, is that is the COVID carnation on Joker's lapel. And you will only find it when we hit COVID.
Yeah, there are no COVID carnations before COVID hit.
Right. Neal
And
will
you
have
get
drawn, a sunflower, a daisy, whatever. I think actually Neal wasn't really putting flowers on Joker.
Yeah, well, usually if Joker had one of those joke flowers, it was like one of the joke flowers. That would
Right.
be like a daisy or something
Right.
like that.
So this one is 700. Again, Zia would do a fantastic job on this as well. Zia does really fantastic teeth. Zia just did a print for Peter Pan Records that is going into some special thing they're doing, where there was this small werewolf at the bottom of the piece of art, and she did these really magnificent icky teeth that it's like, but Z, she goes, look, Chris, I'm gonna blow it up, and she's like clicking away, making it bigger, and I'm like, wow, those are like great teeth, Z. And then she has to bring it back down, and no one will know there are great teeth there because it's gonna print too small. So I will say Zia does fantastic teeth. She would do great teeth on Joker.
And Ted Keaton is, how much is it again to get one of these colored by Zia? It ranges on the complexity of the piece.
Right.
It can go
Like
anywhere between like 200 to 300 tops.
Yeah.
On a head sketch.
So it ends up being very nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you look back in some of our previous posts, when I show the time lapse of colored pieces, you get to see the color build on some various ones. Like there's a Green Lantern one, there was a Wonder Woman one, and a few others that I did time lapse video of the color work on it.
Right.
You are very welcome, Ted.
Okay, so it's Joker. I have a really nice Ra's al Ghul that leaves enough room to put something under him as well as above him, which means we can actually put him in a scenario to a degree in color. He is 1800 to buy in pen in black and white, pencil and ink by Neal. He does have a signature. I will say this is probably my only Ra's al Ghul left. So if you're a Ra's al Ghul fan, this might be a piece for you. We can add desert skyline. We can add, I don't know where else we can put him. We'll put him at the airport. We can put him possibly in a living room, maybe.
Put him in the Batcave. Because he has been to the Batcave.
He has been to the Batcave. So, nice Ra's al Ghul, done by Neal.
Put him in that tent that you see him in towards the end of the Ra's al Ghul.
With that behind him. Like, there's a Superman piece we have that Neal did a figure like this of Superman. Zia put Superman, he's changing from Clark Kent to Superman. So he's ripping his shirt off, revealing the Superman costume. And in that case, Neal really did a figure like this, Superman
Nothing
instead
in the
of
background.
Nothing in the background. Zia created an alleyway with a sunset and all this crazy stuff that brings that piece together as a really nice piece. Not that it wasn't nice as just a figure, but you can put these figures into an environment very easily. Well, not very easily. I'll take that back because Zia will go, "Hey, you said we can put a background."
Well, I think on Monday when I start shooting, before I shoot the time lapse, what I'll do is I'll bring the camera over my shoulder at the computer and I'll show you how I, run through ideas, and then I will
She
show
runs through them very quickly. She has usually 8 or 10 of them, and she goes click, 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 click.
You gotta
What
slow
do
me
you like,
down.
Chris?
Yeah.
And then I had to go, okay, can you just slow it down a little bit? A little bit. So, but we usually both agree on the one that you actually end up doing. So, and it's fun to work that way. So, 1800 for this Ra's al Ghul. Again, he can be put in a place in color. And it doesn't have to be colored on this unless you want it to be. Ra's al Ghul. Okay. Since we were heading into the Olympics, I have this piece. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now this piece is ancient. It probably goes back to the year that they did the Olympics. So this was when, this is an 18 by 13 piece. It is done in a finished pencil render, so this was never designed to be inked. This is Neal's finished pencil, so this is the way it printed in a magazine. This piece was done after, as an American team, we did not put out our best of our best NHL players at this time period. We put out young guys that are probably college NHL guys, and they were up against pro Russian skaters that were in the NHL. And it was the first time that America kicked the butt of Russia. And this was printed in a magazine, which again, I don't remember what magazine it was printed in. But this was actually the first finished piece of art that I repped at Continuity, and I believe, definitely you can look up what year did USA beat Russia in the Olympics. That was an unbelievable night. And this is that moment of when USA got the puck by the Russian goalie. It's a sign piece by Neal. Someday, if I ever find my original little billing book, because not only did Neal Adams have a billing book, Chris had a billing book, and then it was funny when he revealed his billing book. And I was like, oh, I have a billing book. And he was like, you have a billing book just like me.
And it says 1984.
Thank you.
And when we're done with this piece, going down low wants to look at the remark of Detective 400s.
Okay, not a problem. Thank you, Sam, for the 1984. So, anyway, if I ever find my billing book again, I will know exactly where this got printed, but I don't know exactly where it got printed. So, and we're selling this for $1,800. If I haven't said that through this, it's an $1,800 piece.
And interestingly enough, this is actually one piece, but it was done on 2 pieces of paper, cut and then put together to finish.
Right, because I think they wanted more space between the two, or something. There was,
or
I know there was
together, one or the other.
I know there was a change made to it, but Neal didn't have to change the art. He just had to change distance, which is the reason why he cut.
Right, so you'll see the cut line that goes sort
It
of
goes
snakes.
around.
It snakes
Snakes.
between the figures.
Right.
Sam says 1980 is the correct year. My bad.
Okay.
1980.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I think I started wrapping in 1980. Because I started up here in spring of '77, and I'm still here.
You're still here, sucker. Okay, so down low, we're gonna start checking those Detective 400s with the remarks.
Okay. So what I have here is, what do I have here?
What do you have for us?
Okay, I have I'm going to show Man Bat first. So
Okay.
this one is Man Bat. I'm going to put them in the middle. The prices are on them.
Yep. So this one is 600, and you'll see the silver man bat there at the bottom. There's a nice big drawing of man bat's head, looking kind of growly and squeaky.
Great. Okay, I have one that we're selling for 500. Now, what's interesting is this is one of the few times Neal colored his remark. So that Batman that you're seeing there is a drawing by Neal, colored by Neal.
I believe this was either opaque Sharpie or an acrylic paint pen. I'm not sure which.
Looks like a color Sharpie.
Yeah.
And then I have this one, which is also a Batman head for 600. So I have a Batman.
This one is also colored as well, but
Right. I have a Batman head that's 500. I have a Man Bat head that's 600. And I have a Batman head that is 600. The two Batman heads are slightly different. In my opinion, one is better than the other.
yeah. Well, the 600 one does not have the back to his head.
Yes.
He's not complete back there.
But he does have a good face.
He does have a great face.
Right. The one that is 500, it's just the angle of the tilt of the head that Neal did that makes it a little less than this one. A little less. But, you know, the thing about art is always in the eye of the beholder. What is a better piece? Or how people see Batman. So, and these, like, this is it, guys. You're not going to find more of these somewhere. These were originally kind of done. We used to do this where, it wasn't weird. It was a thing we did during the Krusty Bunker show where Neal would do remarks, and then they would turn books around and they would put 10 books up, and you could bid in on the books at a certain price. And then whoever hit the right book obviously got a really great deal.
Right. I'm going to butt in real quick. So down low, are you claiming the $600 Batman head?
Right. Use the word claim.
That way we know that you are buying it.
Right.
Ted Keaton says, can you still send these to CGC as well? You won't get the signature series label,
Well, you
right?
won't get a yellow label.
Yeah, you won't get the yellow. It'll end up with a blue label.
With a blue label, because there are no more Neal Adams yellow labels being made.
Okay, and down low says claim, so the Batman all the way on your right is
This
the one he is claiming. That's correct.
Okay.
Thank you, down low.
Down low has the $600 head. Okay, so down low, make sure to direct message us your name, your address where I'm shipping to, and an email address. For this baby.
Yay! Thank you, down low. Woohoo!
And down low gets a bum, 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 bum.
She can hit me with it.
Dun, dun. Well, I'm going to actually back up because these have a long reach. Right? You ready?
Yep. Go. Woo! That was a good hang
That was a
time.
good one. Good hang
Good
time.
hang time.
Okay. Chris has got her bombs figured out now. I also want to say for those people watching, we're going to have a big
Sam Green is saying make sure they know it's a it's a facsimile.
It's a facsimile 400.
It's not an original 400, so let's double check that you know that it is a facsimile Detective 400 with the remark. It is not the original printing. Ted King wants to know, is this considered original art for the payment plan?
Yes, it is, because it is artwork on the piece.
Okay, yes. Down low says, I am aware, thank you.
And thank you for pointing that out. I did forget to mention that. Not that I think Neal would actually draw, unless somebody paid him at that moment to draw on a real old comic book.
Yes, that is correct.
So, down low, thank you very much. And we will get this to you. If there is any way that I can get something done for you guys for CGC, I will find that out. But my understanding is right now is that there are no more yellow labels to be had, except for what I have in storage at CGC, which has already been locked in, that is the end of Neal Adams signatures with yellow labels. I cannot spell facsimile. Okay, so is anyone...
And Download says, I cannot send a DM until you respond to my previous DM. Okay, I will make a note to make sure that we do this as soon as the show is over.
Okay. Usually we respond to everybody's DMs. Weird. Okay.
Well, it may be in that...
in the junk folder. I call it the junk folder.
It's not a junk folder, but
it's like a junk folder. You don't pay attention to it.
Okay, I just made a note to make sure that as soon as the show is over, we will respond to your DM.
Okay, so Ted, are you good? I can move on. I have Man-Bat here, and I have Batman here.
And Ted says, okay, I understand. Thanks, Chris.
Okay. All right. So everybody else is cool. We can move on.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Rolling.
Keep the doggies going. I can't make that sound. When you need Dad. Dad was the sound man.
That is true.
All right. I'm just going to let you guys look at my back wall. Okay. You guys seem like the back wall tonight.
What is that you're hiding behind you, Chris?
Yeah, I'll just put my shit back there.
Well, can you put Iron Man down so they can see the bottom row? Iron Man is on the table.
You mean not Iron Man? Oh, Iron Man. It is an Iron Man. Okay. Well, we'll put Batman here. We'll put Joker in here.
I'm going to try to do a good
Iron Man
pan across. Please be aware that I'm running two cameras at once, so I'm going to move one a little bit and then the other, and then sort of.
I mean, I can also pull down the Batman spread. We have a really nice Batman spread up there.
Dark.
I also have a cool, I'll show you in a minute. What was on the Remark Conan 37? That's this one.
Ooh, that flies back, Chris.
I know it is. I told you. Okay, so what Neal did was he drew that monster with the teeth, which kind of looks like it must have been part of the cover to begin with. Lindsay will get down to me.
Yeah,
I'll wait for you to.
I'm coming. All right. Gotcha.
Is there a price on this?
Not on the front, no.
Yeah, I don't have any price.
Joel has joined us. Hey, Jolie.
Hey, Joel, can you ask Nick what the price is on this? If he's around? Because I don't have a price on this. This is the Conan with the remark. So basically the remark is the green was there. Neal added the eye with the teeth and made it kind of like a monster, as if he's fighting a monster remark there. It's a little weird of a remark. Obviously, this is a 5.5 yellow label. I believe Does this come from Neal's personal collection? I'm going to steal this for a minute. Yes, this is from the collection of Neal Adams, which is why it has the little Neal Adams head. Neal's personal collection gets the little Neal Adams head, and that's how you get a little Neal Adams head.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think Dad up there is adorable, and yet I don't own one yet.
You don't?
Yes, the original is a slug monster tentacle, which now Neal has made into more like a, almost like a pterodactyl head in a way. Stop killing the flies.
It tasks me.
I know it does. I wish it would just fly away because you're crazy.
His name is Kong now. Kong!
If like things go flying, it is just Zia killing a fly that has been annoying.
Yeah,
her.
so I'm actually surprised that Chris hasn't snuck video of me bug hunting around the studio. Because see, okay, here's why we have flies. Is out on our fire
I
escape.
don't think it's the pigeons.
It's the pigeons.
I think it's this.
Maybe it's both, but it's definitely the pigeons. Okay, because you open the fire escape door and flies are in mass out there. But anyway, so we have pigeons that have nested out on our fire escape.
And there's two babies out there.
Two babies out there cheeping like little freaking maniacs. But it's so covered in pigeon guano that the flies, you open the door to go, oh, the pigeon's out there, and then just the flies attack you. And it's like, the birds. It's Hitchcockian level flies out there.
This is the luxury of living in New York. Every fire escape in New York has pigeons living on it.
Right.
And they all nest, and then they all have babies.
Right. And the reason why I am such a bug killer is
you're
that
crazy.
I have a child who is deathly afraid of, in particular, flying insects. I mean, my kid is the only kid I know that will run screaming from a butterfly. Okay.
And run right into a wall.
Yes. Run smack into a wall. So
we would be killing flies.
That is why I am a fierce hunter.
And the thing with continuity is, such as anytime Zia and I hear running water,
oh yeah, no, we freak out.
the two of us will stop. And then you have to listen to make sure that the running water isn't coming from somewhere it shouldn't be. Because when you live in an art studio full of paper and artwork, the worst thing in the world is water. So if you have a fly, you cannot spray bug spray.
That's right.
Because it too will hit the artwork.
So now what I do is I'm leaving traps. I can either get that because there's a trash can that usually our food trash goes into that is next to the men's room door. So if I can get them into the men's room, I get in the men's room and I close the door. And if I don't have my what I call death spray, I sort of crack the door open. I go, Jen, bring me my death spray. Jen comes running with my death spray and I get them in there.
My sister is a maniac.
But I did lay a trap over in that area of a paper towel that has really stinky cheddar cheese on it. So I will.
Which everybody should tell you that's how you catch mice.
No, if it's stinky, the flies will find it. I guarantee.
Okay. All right. I will not fight you on this.
Okay. Paul Pulpaboon says he always did a great Conan the Barbarian, or any medieval times / damsel in distress. Hence his amazing Tarzan. Mm-hmm. And Sam Green says there's a great video by a contributor called Cheddar that explains, speaking of cheddar, that explains NYC fire escapes. They are not that safe. No, especially with all the freaking bird guano that's on it. That's like,
oh my god,
like
both of you tonight.
Alien blood that just disintegrates.
Sam, you're not helping me.
It's like acid.
Okay. Besides the fact that Zia also got hit with bird shit in the street.
Oh my god, yes.
Down.
So I have a particular hatred of pigeons right now.
Okay, so what are we looking at that isn't pigeon crap?
That was so nasty.
Okay, 20. This is part of Neal's 27 covers.
The other thing that pissed me off about getting
Oh, see yes.
put down by the bird is that the only place near us where I could get a T-shirt was like the touristy shop, and it was like $30 for a New York loves me T-shirt. I'm like, no, I just got pooped on. New York does not love me today. Thank you.
Okay, so this is the Martian Manhunter 27 cover thing that Neal did. He did 27 covers in a month. They asked us to follow famous covers that Neal did, but they wanted to switch out people.
Right.
And this was when we were trying out a number of different possible inkers for Neal. So everybody got to ink a Neal Adams 27 cover, if they were lucky. And this one, they swapped out, obviously, Ra's al Ghul for Martian Manhunter. This is done in 2 pieces, the same way the original was done for the original Ra's al Ghul that this follows. This is Neal's very tight finished pencils. This was Martian Manhunter, I don't know what number.
9.
9? Okay, thank you.
Yep.
And it was inked by...
Can't help you, obviously.
Yeah, I gotta find my comic book now.
So this does come in the 2
Tom
pieces.
Palmer.
So, and it's $8,000 for both pieces. You get both pages
Right,
with the foreground and the background.
right. And you can get this lovely comic book. And this piece was one of the pieces that Tom Palmer got to ink. So that's Tom Palmer's inking, which Tom Palmer has worked on Neal, usually over in Marvel Land. They did a couple of comics together. Neal loved Tom Palmer's inking. So I know there's a lot of rumors out there. He didn't, he did, he didn't, he did. And I can tell you Neal did like Tom Palmer's inking. So $8,000 is the price for this cover. These are Neal's pencils. Tom Palmer would have the inks because they all inked on blue lines. $8,000 is the asking price. And the Martian Manhunter was not inked. So that is the published pencils that were never inked for the cover. The 2 figures of Superman and Wonder Woman and the gun were inked by Tom Palmer. So it is an interesting cover to own. If you're interested in purchasing this, what we can do is we can mechanically put this together for you, make a really good solid print that you can frame and put up on the wall, and you can put the 2 originals away that make that cover. So you can have this for your wall if you'd like as one image. Because we're just that wonderful.
Photoshop, baby.
Exactly.
Paul Baboon says, I've never seen that Batman cover done in a variation with suits 1D. Looks amazing.
Right. It is the Martian Manhunter, and this is part of the 27 covers that Neal did in 1 month that he penciled. And as 2 people have just said, really great price. This is really well priced. So a cover of Neal's does not go for that money usually.
Nope.
Okay. We have a nice Batman and Robin. Let me use this on it. Have a yellow smiley face and looking on it. This is 11 by 14, an original Batman and Robin. Pencil and ink Neal. This piece is $3,000 to buy.
And it. Oh, Sam.
Actually, a lot of the covers have been sold in the 27 covers. There are not that many that we still have.
Oh, but it's all about Sam.
Yes, I know it's all about the same. So once again, a really nice Batman Robin piece, pencil and ink Neal. Robin flying by with Batman running behind. Again, even this piece can be colored up really nicely.
Oh, yeah. We'll throw some purples in there just to make it interesting.
Yep. And signed by Neal. Nice signature on that piece. $3,000. Okay. This here. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see what Chris is feeling here.
I am feeling a Quantum and Woody Valiant cover. This is Quantum and Woody #1 for Valiant. Great cover piece. Whether you're into Quantum and Woody, this is a really nice piece of art. This is the published cover by Neal.
Actually, the printed cover, I got to color it. That was fun.
Yeah, I know you guys hear something. It's asthma spray time.
Oh no!
It's because it's turning into night.
Yeah. Luke 2177 says magnific. Magnifique. Hello, all Swede. How are you? Breathe!
So Quantum.
I got the asthma!
I got the asthma. Okay. That is what the color, the finished product look like for Quantum and Woody. Again, this is a Valiant Comics cover. We did a number of Valiant Comics covers. And Happy Towers is with us.
Hey, Happy Towers. Hot over here? Is it?
Today was actually
Today wasn't
beautiful
too bad.
here in New York. Well, he's in Germany. That's also.
Oh, yes. Sorry, when Happy and Hugh come together, it's sort of, my brain gets dyslexic.
Okay, I'm going to move along. I did want to show this. I have like one of these. And I'm not supposed to show it. It's against comic law.
Nope, you guys didn't see this.
Right. And I didn't sell it to him. Okay. This is a limited edition Neal Adams 2018 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive comic book. Now what they did was they made a cover and they made it metal, and that wasn't the cover.
No, the cover had a background.
Yeah. So no problem. Q. That we're selling this for $200, And this is a really sweet because it's actually printing on metal. So it has this very nice, very white, and it's kind of reflective and sweet. It is $200 to buy. And I just found one that was in good condition. Prints will never break. That is true. Prints will never break. But this is a really nice piece by Neal. And like I said, it was a 2018 exclusive that we had at our booth in San Diego. And I found one that the corners didn't get mangled because since it's metal, the corners can get dented. This one is in really good condition. And it is $200 to buy.
Pretty sweet.
Yep. So that is available as well. Okay. And as I'm saying, my pile has gotten a little. Okay, here we go, Z. Our faves.
Oh boy. Is it signed or a printed signature? That is signed.
That is signed. It's signed with a Sharpie on metal. And it comes with a certificate that's also signed.
Nice.
It's always pineapple evening. The only time it's not pineapple evening is when it's Christmas. Because we have pineapple time at Continuity. That's when we all lose our minds. And it used to be at about 2 o'clock in the morning when we used to work and do advertising work.
Right.
And we used to have pineapple crazy time. So this is El Diablo. El Diablo. He is $1,500 to buy. He is a sweet 8.5 by 11. Pencil and ink Neal, colored by Zia. He is a signed piece. He's $1,500 to buy. And this is probably the only El Diablo that Neal did as one of these kind of like commissiony pieces or pieces for the show. I don't even remember doing an El Diablo head in the 8.5 by 11 heads that we did. Nobody ever asked for El Diablo. Neal loved working on El Diablo. He's done a number of covers of El Diablo. I'm hoping that they actually got some of those covers inside of the gallery book that will be coming out.
G.I. Jonesy says, amazing.
It is amazing. This piece is very cool, and it's beautifully colored by Z, drawn by Neal. Great combo there. $1,500 to buy. 8.5 by 11 is the size. This can be put on the payment plan. Not a problem with that. And like I said, in the sea of Batmans that are out there, there is not a sea of El Diablos out there. So, and I think you really have to be a real Neal Adams eclectic fan to probably appreciate El Diablo. But I appreciate El Diablo. So he is available. Okay. Nice Batmans are coming out. Heavies. Now this is a gorgeous Batman that can definitely hang in your living room because it's a designed piece. This is 11 by 14. And this is Neal doing pencil, ink, and white paint. Signed piece by Neal for $4,000. But really nice head and cowl. Classic Neal Adams Batman. So he's using a pencil for shading, inking, white paint, for highlighting. A very classic Neal Adams. Neal Adams signature, which I almost called a logo. And it is $4,000 to buy. This can easily go on a payment plan. Again, 11 by 14 is the size. Sweet piece. Okay. This is kind of like a pencil. I don't think it has its price. Okay. This is a Batman pencil of Batman with a bangarang.
Bangarang. You did that last time.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You started calling them bangarangs.
Bangarang. It's got a bangarang. A batarang. This is Neal's pencil before he would transfer it to a sometimes a larger piece, sometimes same size, and then he would transfer this over to another piece of paper to do the finish. So this does have a finish somewhere out there in the world, but this is the pencil to that piece. A ringarang or rangerang. Well, this is a nice pencil by Neal. I don't believe this is signed because a lot of these we did find at Neal's house on his desk, because usually when he was done with it, he just put it in a pile to the side of his desk.
And oh, what a pile.
And oh, what a pile. So this piece is $800 to buy. It is a nice piece. That pencil's tight on his face. And for Batman, I think it's a nice face.
Mike Diodato was watching. Hello, Mike.
It's Mike Diodato. Mike, when are you going to do more comics for me? Remember I said that tonight, Mike, because you know Chris may come back. You never know. $800 for Batman. Yeah, when is Mike Diodato going to own a Neal Adams original?
He sent us a heart. He says anytime. You say that.
You say that.
We're holding you to that. I'm going to take a screen grab of you saying anytime to Chris's question.
Nice to talk to you again, Mike. Okay, so I have Batman 8.5 by 11 with Batarang, $800.
Howdy, ref.
I want you to know that I worked with Mike Diodato when he was 12 years old, when he was just becoming a comic artist.
They sent us a smiley face.
And actually, we dealt with his dad as well. So,
Daddy Diodato?
Daddy Diodato. Exactly. $800 for Batman. All right. Hop. I have this really nice Tommy Lee Jones pencil like this from the Batman Forever movie of Tommy Lee Jones for 2000 as Two-Face, which I almost said Riddler, and then said, no, Chris, not Riddler, Two-Face.
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 And actually, this finished pencil render is so finished that should you choose to get this colored, we can scan it, keep in the color of the line and the pencil work, and use that as our line art.
Exactly.
Be gorgeous, baby. Just gorgeous.
We're just trying to find the right lining to hit so that you see this the way we see it. It is signed by Neal at the bottom. It's bigger than 8 by 11.
The paper is, yeah, which
Yeah.
are 9 by 12.
Yeah. But it's a very nice Two-Face, if Two-Face can be nice. Tommy Lee Jones.
Dad's usual working day was there all the time. If he was conscious, he was working. Unless he was discussing something, planning something. But that's working too. So
No, our dad, a normal working day for our dad was easily 14, 16 hours. He didn't sleep that much.
Dad napped. He took power
He
naps.
took power naps. Yeah, he was a big power napper. He loved work. I got to rep Neal for a zillion years out there, and if I didn't have enough work in, I would get a phone call saying, "Chris, I have time to go see a movie." And that was never good. He liked having a pile of work at all times on his desk. He liked being right up against the deadline, and he just loved what he did for a living. I mean, he would have to, in order to do all these pieces that we have been showing for, I think we're on our 5th year now, Z.
No.
I think we are. That basically, we are not out of artwork yet.
Not even close.
We're still showing you new pieces of stuff. The man must have really loved doing what he did for a living.
But the crazy thing is, on top of all of that, on top of all the artwork that he's done, we have people that come tell us the story of when I met Neal Adams, and these insanely long conversations that Dad would have with people, and we were like, when?
Well, I mean, the thing that Dad could do was he could draw and talk at the same time.
Yes.
So even though he was talking to people, and obviously he had the ability to, I mean, there were times he'd be like, "Give me a second," and then he would draw something that he obviously had to use more brain power to figure out or draw or something, and then he'd be like, "Okay," and then he would like continue talking to you. But he had the ability to draw and talk.
Right. Well, you have to learn that at conventions.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times he was talking to people that commissioned pieces that he was drawing. Okay, so the next one up is an Iron Man cover. This is an original pencil and ink.
They might want to take the tag off of the CGC because they might mistake that for the price.
But it's on the CGC.
Okay. Both.
Yeah, you get both for $200.
No.
And Chris is fired.
There we go.
Okay, so Iron Man is a $9,000 cover to buy, pencil and ink Neal. This is what it looked like when it was colored. It is the Invincible Iron Man #1, done, I guess, December of 2015, and it was a variant cover. So what you're looking at is the original pen and ink for sale. We do put in a comic book if we have it, which I do have this comic book, with the finished cover. If somebody buys it, you also get the comic with it, not my CGC. I'm just using that so you can see what it looked like. It is $9,000 to buy. It can be put up on the payment plan.
Okay. Oh, sweet. So special you can spend your days with him, especially in this line of work, and not have him in a kind of bunker. And Happy Tower says, what is it about great illustrators that they go up against their deadlines? My brother is a great caricature illustrator, and he was always scrambling against his deadlines. Because great illustrators get a lot of work, and they have a hard time saying no to work. So they have, like, a bajillion drawings to do on a short deadline.
Right.
So
it
gets
also,
close to the deadline.
right. I also think it is the freelance lifestyle. You
Right.
never know if, like, oh God, I have so many. I'm right up against a deadline. Somebody calls you and says, "Oh, I have a $2,000 job, but I need it done on Saturday." You'll take that job because you don't know if that next Monday, like, it's going to be a dry spell where you don't hear from clients. I mean, there are, especially in advertising, there are time periods where there's not a lot of work. Like, summer can get a little rough out there.
Yeah.
Especially in the month of August. It seems like advertising dries up a little bit in August. There are times during the holiday seasons that advertising dries up. Like, you'll have a good run till November, and then everything kind of starts shutting down. And because most illustrators, not only do they run right up against their deadlines, they run right up against their bank accounts.
Yeah.
So I think that tends to cause some of the problems that happen.
Right, and there's also that old adage. There are three options for artwork: good, fast, and cheap. You can pick two.
Right. I mean, Neal would, believe me, there were days that I had clients that were ready to, like, rip my head off, and I'd be like, "Dad, just do it. Just look,
Get it done.
Get it down." And he would just be like, "No, I have to feather this for 10 hours." So, I mean, he never shorted a job because of the deadline.
Right.
He would take the time. I mean, he always handed in a good job. Very rare that you ever handed in a job that was not excellent. So, I mean, I can't even really think of one.
Yeah, Happy Tower says, I did boards for agencies and late summers would dry up.
Yep, exactly. And that's the problem with the freelance lifestyle. You're not guaranteed, and you're not guaranteed that because you're a freelancer, you don't have real good medical coverage, that your kid's not going to need 20 stitches in their leg because they fell down somewhere. I mean, it's a very volatile lifestyle. I mean, most of my family has, and the way I have grown up, and everybody I've grown around, has been within the comic industry or advertising industry, and have all been creatives. My daughter Courtney has a real job in a real company with 401s and medical and dental and this and that, and I'm just like,
yeah, boy, the rest are like,
wow, where did we go wrong?
We screwed up.
Exactly. So I'm just getting a taste of, like, and she gets vacation time, and you're forced to take your vacation time, or you lose your vacation. That is like whole new vocabulary to the Adams family. No one in our family has ever had that kind of a job. Courtney is kind of the first.
Yeah.
So I find it, like, truly amazing how it works in the outside world.
And then, or you get the city jobs where you work 10 years, you get
stop
a pension.
Working, you
get a pension for the rest of your life.
Right, and then you get another job, so you get your pension, and you're getting another salary because you have another job. I mean, these are all different ways of working from the way a freelance artist works. So that's why they're always up against everything. So, okay, back to the real world of selling.
And Julio in Mexico says, amazing Iron Man. Hello, Julio.
Thank you. All right,
speaking of our Mexican contingency, where's Gustavo?
I don't know. I'm starting to
seen
worry about
Gustavo.
Gustavo because we haven't seen Gustavo. And
Has anybody
actually,
seen Gustavo in a while?
what I love is when I wake up in the middle of the night at 3:00 in the morning and I go, I haven't seen Gustavo. I wonder if he's okay. And I'm just like, and this is why I wake up at 3:00.
See, y'all think we don't worry about you guys
Hey.
when you disappear.
Okay. I have a unfinished Thor rough pencil here. Hopefully it has a price.
Yes, it does. It is
Okay.
800.
All right, great. Now this actually turned into a print. Oh, Sam said he was here on the last show. Okay, that makes me feel better. Well, but you're in Canada, Sam. I'm in New York City. America's the land of the free and the home of the brave with no medical insurance.
That's brave. Or stupid, I'm
And
not
it's
sure.
free. Except that supposedly we get penalized if we don't have health insurance on our taxes.
Like, I don't have the money to pay for health insurance, so okay, give me more money then.
All right, so what we're looking at is a Thor unfinished rough pencil. This rough pencil actually turned into a print that Neal sold. I'm going to turn a little bit. That Neal sold during our lot of conventions. And I probably, somewhere in my pile at this point, have that. Nothing maple syrup can't cure. So this is a nice pencil by Neal of Thor. The top portion of him is definitely tight. Neal gets a little looser down on his legs and his cape because this is where Neal does a lot of his thinking work. The thinking work was the right perspective of Thor's hammer to Thor's arm to Thor's body. I get it, Sam. We're crazy.
I don't know. I blame the medical community in the States.
$800 for Thor. This, again, is not a signed piece by Neal, so we would have a certificate of authenticity that would go along with this piece. Okay, and just when you thought it would never happen, Neal came in with Bane. And Bane has been the bane of my existence. So, this is 11 by 14 of Bane, which Neal went away on a Friday night after a show. He came
back
in
and
Monday
flipped that at
with
us.
Bane, and we're like, Bane? He's like, yeah, just looking for Bane.
How much is Bane?
Okay, Bane is 1800. He is 11 by 14. This is 100% Neal Adams, color, pencil, and ink, white paint. All Neal. Even Neal's thought of making a
Bane drawing.
right. Bane drawing was Neal. And Bane is 11 by 14, so 1800 on Bane is a good price. And it's a big piece. He's very finished. I know Neal never really drew Bane, but I guess because he didn't draw Bane, he wanted to play with Bane. I don't really know what caused this to happen. But gorgeous work on those shoulders with the white paint.
Avatar says, this is bananas on a scan pan.
Yeah.
Sweet peas and hairy beans. Okay.
So 1800 for Mr. Bane.
Ultimate Adamantium says, that's epic. Thank
It's a
you.
fantastic Bane, but you have to love Bane to buy it.
What's not to love about Bane?
Okay, this is a Superman black and white that we call Splat. This is a gorgeous piece. This is $2,500 to buy. This is one of my favorite Supermans that we have left. Nice flying action, good keeping.
What's his number?
2,500. And really handsome Superman. It is a sign piece by Neal. So it's pen and ink Neal. The splat work is Jason.
Someone will sometime buy this and you will see it colored. I don't know. It depends on who buys it.
Yeah.
The person who buys it might not want to see it colored, and then you will
I mean, I'm
never
surprised that we
see
don't
it colored.
show this piece a lot, but mostly because I don't really want to sell it. I just feel the right person will come along and take this piece. And it is one of the better Supermans that I feel we have played with. By Neal. 2,500.
He's a macho man.
He is a macho man. I mean, what are you guys thinking about the new Superman? Because they've been like leaking lots of pictures. So
I don't know. I'm not very excited for this new Superman, but I always go to them with like no expectations. See what happens.
you never know. You never know.
Christopher Reeve is still my all-time favorite. Right after him is Brendan Routh because he was the only other Superman that could do not just the Superman but also the Clark Kent.
I think this
None of
guy's
the other
going to be
Supermen
able
can
to
do
do.
Clark.
I think that Henry Cavill didn't do.
No, he didn't do Clark at all.
He didn't do Clark.
No.
But my sense is that this new guy can do Clark.
We shall see.
There's a schlubbiness to this new Superman. And I know I will be killed later in my life.
Somebody's going to quote that.
Yes, I know.
And
Chris
put in
Adams,
Chris
Neal Adams'
Adams.
daughter,
Yeah.
said, this poor actor.
I know, the poor actor's going to hear about that. I'm schlubby?
Right. It's, I don't know. He's just, his costume looks like it's not tight.
It's CGI, man.
I mean, when you look at Henry Cavill's costume, it was like tight on that body. This guy has, it's like you need to pump some air to make the costume. I don't know what's going on. I didn't say flubby.
No, schlubby.
I said schlubby. Flubby is worse than schlubby. Like when you're being a schlub. Like stand up straight. You're being schlubby.
Like when you're being a 16-year-old and you don't stand up straight. And
Right. Right. All right. So on to Hulk, which we're painting and scanning. We're not even talking about what we're looking
I know,
at.
we're just digging that ditch deeper.
I know. So 11 by 14 Hulk.
Vacuum cleaner.
And this is part of the Hulks that Neal did, which I think Neal did 5, maybe 6 Hulks. This is a finished pencil render. This is the last one we have of Hulk bending a girder. And the price on this is $3,000 for Hulk.
Look at those pitties.
It is a sign piece by Neal.
Who else draws pitties like Neal Adams?
And again, it is a finished pencil render, 11 by 14.
That Sylvia. Well, I know the sound, but I wouldn't know how to spell it.
Clunk.
Schlub.
Schlub. All right, so we have this very cool Hulk pencil, bending a girder, 3,000 to buy, can go on the payment plan, is signed by Neal. Last one of Hulk. Then I will have no more Hulks. No more Hulks.
Aww. Happy Tower says, I love my Hulk pencil.
I love your Hulk pencil. You have a good Hulk pencil. Okay, Harley Hammer ink, black and white. 8.5 by 11. Harley by Neal Adams. Now this is based on Neal's Harley
That was
from the Little Black Notebook number
Little Black
5. It's 8.5 by 11. Wickedly nice Harley. 1,900 to buy. I believe there is a signature on this.
Yes.
This can be colored for an additional money.
As Jake used to say as a toddler, yes. Yes. Oh, sure. Most artists like to draw Harley.
What artist doesn't like drawing a woman? Well, I can come up with a couple. You don't draw.
Well, that's why I said most. Most.
My understanding is the most favorite thing you can ever ask a comic artist to draw is a gorilla. They all supposedly love drawing gorillas. I mean, even Carmine Infantino made a character that was a gorilla. Right. So I think there's some truth to it.
There's also Gorilla Grog.
Well, that's Carmine's.
That's Carmine.
Right. Okay. And then, Dad likes drawing gorillas.
That does.
I think
they like their primates.
I think there's some truth to that. And then the other thing they like to draw are women. Sometimes with no clothes, sometimes with clothes.
Sometimes with just itty bitty clothes.
Itty bitty clothes.
Sometimes fully clothed, but tight.
So Harley Quinn is 1,900 to buy.
Big hair.
Yes. It's funny, Neal, we found some really early animatic work of Neal's, and you can see the progression of better hair. I mean, Neal did good hair because he learned how to do hair from Stan Drake. And that is for sure. I'll pull out Stan Drake shit, put it up against his Big Casey shit, and you will see exactly what Neal Adams was learning how to do hair. And Juliet Jones inking and stuff like that. But when he got into advertising, because hair isn't done in like a clump, you have to start getting into strands of hair a little bit more in advertising. And it wasn't until Neal hit Herbal Essence when it was Herbal Essence with the goddess lady. It was Eve, and she was older. She was like a goddess, older lady.
Gaia.
Yeah. And
Earth Mother.
Then all of a sudden Neal started doing hair differently. And then it just got more and more better, as he did more and more commercial hair products. And then he got it down. And then he got all the hair product there was to get. Because we worked on Revlon and Clairol and all kinds of shampoos and all the ways to Rogaine. So, $900 for Harley Quinn. 1,900 for Harley Quinn. 8.5 by 11. Pen and ink Neal, signed by Neal. Harley with great hair. And nice piece. Actually, the painting of me that you brought in here, that is kind of Stan Drake-y hair.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Speaking of Superman, here's a nice one. 11 by 14 Soups Bleeding Crypt Light. Interesting word choice here.
Well, I didn't want to fill out that whole thing.
All right, so this is Bleeding Superman. Oh my god, he's bleeding.
The gird.
Which I think after Neal did Superman beat up on the stretcher, he got into doing Bloody Superman or something. I don't know. Once he could show that Superman can bleed. So this is 11 by 14, pencil and ink. Neal, color on this is actually Jason Adams. The price on this is $2,000 because it is a large piece with a signature right there. And because of the kryptonite lighting that is above him, obviously he got hurt and he's bleeding like a human. And that's at the point where you say, oh my God, Superman is bleeding. This is $2,000. Yes, this is a brand new bunny cell phone holder for Chris.
Well, I figured Chris might appreciate it a little bit higher off the table.
Yeah, because usually I'm always like this.
Yeah.
So.
And it tilts. So
Yes.
you need to tilt it up.
That actually makes it easier.
Yeah,
This color, this one is Jason Adams' color. $2,000. My sister is YMCAing across from me right now.
Well, I have to entertain you somehow.
I know. They just had a stabbing ice pick go through my sinus.
Oh
It's got to be changing out there. $2,000 for Superman. Bleeding kryptonite.
no! What you get for giving Petey that nose spray I gave you?
Yeah, I know.
I'm not using it yourself.
I know. I should have kept that. You're right. You idiot.
Oh, you did want to sleep at night.
Okay. Batman Solo Shadow. Now this is probably Chris's fave of Batmans that we have left by Neal. And that's because this one is velvetly inked. It's such nice inking on this. And the white to black ratio of white space to black space on this is amazing.
What's his number?
His number is 10,000. He's a bad boy, expensive one. Very noir, yes. 11 by 14, Batman, pen and ink, Neal. It is signed by Neal, full figure. I love the shadow. I love the caping work.
Every time Chris says full figure, I expect the drawing to be a little
It's
chunky.
a full figure Batman.
The hefty Batman.
He's very full figured.
Dad bod Batman.
Yeah. He's not a cut off Batman.
No, I mean full figure is it's just where my brain goes.
No, I know. And to be
It's
perfectly honest, for all the years I ref, I never thought that. But when we started doing this show and I say full figure, I think the same thing. Like, there's got to be another way, but there really isn't.
Well, you can say a whole figure,
A full figure.
but that just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it's a full figure drawn back. Get our minds out of the gutters here.
That's not gutter.
10,000 for Batman. Can go on the payment plan. Beautiful Batman. Love that Batman. All right. I also love this Batman. Which actually I have to clean this up a little bit because somehow the pencil's smeared. And a little smear going on. It just needs to be erased. All right, so this is Batman. Obviously, once again, this is Batman yellow in pencil ink.
Yep.
This is 8.5 by 11 Batman. This is once again Neal using pencil and ink. He's using a lot of pencil because he's using pencil to shade Batman in different ways. Like his cowl is different than his hands. The outside lines of anger are different than the cowl lines. So he's using his pencil to shade or color Batman. And then inking parts that he wants to ink.
Well, Felix, it's kind of like when you're in a really dark environment and you're hit with a bright spotlight, kind of thing. That lighting on the previous piece.
All right, so 3,000 for Batman.
Who's pissed? You know what happened? He just stepped on a Lego.
I could get Dad this mad at times.
Actually, I've made that face, stepping on, or like stubbing my toes, but no sound comes out. It's like the silent scream.
I have never had problems with Legos. I know, like somehow Mom would kneel on Legos, and then I would have to hear, I kneel on your Legos. It's like, how do you kneel on Legos?
Yeah, I don't have that much of a problem with Lego, but I do stub my toes like crazy.
And every parent has to step on a Lego and then kick your Legos halfway across the room, okay?
God forbid they look where they're stepping.
I have never done that. I have not done that to Kelly, Courtney, or my grandson.
I don't think I've ever done that with Jade either.
Right, but yet I have two parents that I know Mom has had it out with.
On the other hand, when you were of an age that there were Legos, we had a much smaller apartment and more bodies in that apartment.
Well, that's true. Which once again goes down to why'd you have so many kids? So there you go, 8.5 by 11 Batman for 3,000. This is pencil and ink, a lot of pencil on this Batman, signed by Neal.
Well, Felix, Dad's lighting is actually really easy to understand because he puts it there in his crosshatching. You know where the light comes from. You know how many lights are hitting the character. It's other people that are a little tricky, but I have a secret weapon on figuring out lighting that I choose for other stuff.
Which everybody should pay Zia $100 to get that secret. I would not give away that secret for free. Because there's nobody out there. Every time I work with a colorist, it is, where did you put the light source? Do you see Neal singing?
Yeah, no.
Are you like out of your mind?
I know, and that makes me crazy. It's like, because it's right there.
It's right there.
How do you not see on my Dad's drawings?
I mean, even if you go back in videos of Neal during our shows, he will even talk about how light affects color.
Yeah.
Because colorists don't understand that either.
Yeah.
All right, now I have Vampirella.
But with that, all you have to do is decide what color the light's going to be. I mean, it's right there.
8.5 by 11, Vampirella, pen and ink Neal. A little color on this is Zia. We're selling this for $1,500. Maybe that's what we need to do, Zia. We can make millions on the color masterclass.
Oh, because, once somebody learns it, they're just going to tell everybody else. And
No, people like those master classes. People just don't admit that they do it. Like, I almost actually wanted to do the Martha Stewart, not her cooking, but Martha Stewart business master class. I was like, ooh, that's a tempter. Just because I want to know how her mind works.
Okay, but there has to be a caveat. It's how to do business and not get sent up the river.
She only got sent up the river because she was a dum-dum and did insider training. And she is the only person that has ever gone up the river for insider training. They just nailed her because somebody was mad at her.
Mm. Explosions are easier than you think, Happy Towers. Really a lot easier than you think. You just have to be patient, and you have to have wet markers. And you have to have reference.
This is a very cutie bear vampirella. I think she's very cute.
Little pouty lip, kind of.
Yeah, she's a little cartoony, but not really, but kind of, sort of, yeah. 8.5 by 11, Vampirella by Neal, signed by Neal for $1,500. Talk about it. I mean, this can go on a payment plan.
That's the secret people will pay to get. But I just told you, so nobody's going to pay me now.
Okay.
Coloring it ain't rocket science.
Okay, here's a cover. I have a shadow cover. So this was a shadow cover, shadow number 1 for Dynamite. That is Neal's published cover. Happy Tower says we'll make them pay.
I will make you pay.
So Zia's going to do a scan and pan, I think, of this one.
Yep. What's the number?
6,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Why haven't you guys bought this?
I don't know. They're dum-dums. Okay, so this is a published cover, shadow cover, Dynamite number 1, pen and ink by Neal, signed piece. No, Happy Tower. It's coming right up after the pen scan.
Oh boy.
All right. So we also have the prelim to it. Why Neal drew it on a.
Because it was the only piece of paper
Right,
on
exactly.
hand.
It is
At the
$1,800 to buy the prelim. It is $6,000 to buy the cover. So this is the prelim, almost a pencil, to that shadow cover. We sell that for $1,800. We sell the actual published cover for $6,000. Pen and ink Neal. It is shadow number 1 from Dynamite. Two really nice pieces. They can be broken apart. They can be kept together. Whatever you want to do. Yep, the shadow will shoot people in the back. You are correct.
I think you just clipped them.
Yeah. Okay. So I decided I was going to end our night tonight with John Stewart.
John Stewart.
John Stewart. Now this is a family collaborative piece that I just put out there. This is John Stewart. It is obviously pen and ink Neal. It is color figure work. Zia. Background is Jason. This is a large piece. It is 11.17.
It is large and in charge.
2,200 for this John Stewart. We're gonna go get. I left another John Stewart on my desk. Oh, I'm sitting too long. Okay, so we have that John Stewart. Nope, this is still here. Sometimes we just put pieces away. And the reason why I'm going to end tonight's show with John Stewart is because they greenlit supposedly a
Green Lantern,
John Stewart, Hal Jordan TV series for. Now I'm gonna get this wrong. It either was at Amazon or went to HBO, or I think it's at HBO now. Now I'll find out it's at Amazon. But it went from one place to the other. They did a whole article on it. Tom King is one of the writers on it. And it's supposed to be like a murder mystery with John Stewart and Hal Jordan. And Neal always stood behind John Stewart as a fantastic character, as a Green Lantern. This is probably one of the more important characters that Neal helped create.
Save him from getting a really stupid
Did
name.
create. I don't know why I just said help create. 2,200 for that John Stewart. I also have this John Stewart that we're selling for 800.
Now, for those who watched the work being done on the Hal Jordan Green Lantern, this could get a very similar treatment to that one.
Yeah.
That bright backlighting.
So I want everyone to know the Adams family is very happy with the fact that John Stewart is finally going to be recognized. I know every kid who is now not a kid, who's 20, 22 years old, has grown up with John Stewart as being the leader. And if you ask them who is Green Lantern, they would say John Stewart because of all of the animated cartoons, which were great.
Yep.
And I'm so happy that John Stewart is going to get his day out there in the world of TV with Hal Jordan.
As a live actor.
As a live actor. And it's about time, America. Let John Stewart loose and put him in.
Yeah, they kind of screwed the pooch with Hal, but maybe they'll...
Yeah, but here's a way to rectify it. I mean, and to be perfectly honest, I'd rather be with a character that I can relate to, not some, old flying airplane guy. That was the Hal Jordan movie. So it should be fun, and we're excited, and we're surprised, and whatever they need that I may have, call me.
This is actually a bit of an older head sketch. It's on the older San Diego Comic-Con 2017 paper.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. But,
I think it got tucked away.
John Stewart's time in the limelight has come. So on that note, I think Z and I are going to pack up for the evening. If there's anything that anybody wants to see, I will gladly pull out whatever you might want to see again, or I didn't show that I might have. Z and I are planning maybe Martha Stewart and
Julia Child. Maybe.
We'll come back.
Either that or we're just going to come as us and be crazy.
Or we may just be us, but we are planning a big show for Wednesday, which is the day before the 4th of July. We know everyone else will be on. It'll just me and Z having a show together.
Probably just amusing each other.
I think we'll be fine with our show. And we're planning on having a celebration of some kind.
We're going to do some. You guys know us. We wait until the last freaking minute and we throw something together and it winds up being chaotic and fun. Would it be okay with you to show the sketch covers?
Your sketch, me sketch covers?
If it's okay.
Yeah. Yes, no problem. I'm very relaxed.
Yeah, no, I just
I don't
didn't
have,
want to assume.
you want me to switch the spot?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't got nowhere I gotta be. All right, so we're gonna show some Zia stuff, so don't leave me yet, Kelly Barrett. That's what you thought you were out. She's dragged us back. So these are Zia's complete 100% Zia Adams. She has Shazam. $100 signed by Grace Carolyn Curry. And this is one of Zia's voodoo doll covers. It's on a sketch cover. And you guys know Zia does these. A lot of you have bought them.
This was fun. I did this at Florida SuperCon last year, and I brought it up to Grace Curry to sign, and she is so freaking nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I was hoping for something to like be like, okay, she's a human being. No, she is like this freaking tall, beautiful, super nice angel sent from heaven. This girl.
Nice.
She's the sweetest thing, and I adore her. And she was so sweet. And she signed this for me, and I did another sketch at the show for her, just like as a gimme. But it turns out she's a big Batman fan. Her and her brother are big on Batman.
Nice.
So she's very nice, and she liked this piece.
Yeah, I mean, who isn't a Batman fan out there? Especially if you have a brother. If you're a girl and you have a brother, 10 to 1, you're going to know about Batman. One way or another. If you don't find it yourself, your brother is going to torture you with that.
Yeah.
So
that and the guy who played Freddy in Shazam. I did one of Freddy as a voodoo doll,
right?
Which of course, me, I forgot to take a picture of. But he showed it. He like freaked out when I gave it to him. And he was like, "Mom, check this
out." That's pretty cool. All right, next one up. I'm just going to put this one over to the side, so we'll keep it out there. Next one up is a Deceased Unkillables, which stars Batman. This again is another sketch cover, and obviously because he is a voodoo doll, his eye is falling off. He's
a zombie voodoo doll.
Zombie voodoo doll.
And this is actually the first cover I've ever done on a colored blank.
On a black blank, which
any
even dealing
blank.
with
I've
black is
yeah.
like not easy. Dad would have stayed away from this one.
I don't know. Dad would have done it in silver
or white. Sometimes he'd pull out that white paint and just like, and it's like,
but I kind of fell in love with this one. I used Dad's zombie Batman as inspiration for this one.
Right. So at one time period, Neal did a story with, I believe he did it in pencil, actually.
Yeah.
A Batman the Zombie story. It had an inked cover, but its interiors were done in pencil. And this is what Z is playing off of with this cover. This is $100 to buy.
And these can go to CGC.
Yes, because Zia is still around.
Yes, I am still here. At least at the moment.
You can get a yellow label for Zia.
I don't know what's going to happen when I go down to the subway station, but for now, I'm here.
Great. There we go. Okay. We have a Walking Dead one, which is cute.
And this is Negan, and that is Glenn's eyeball hanging off of his bat.
This is $50 on this one.
So he looks very happy.
He knows. So it is a blank cover. That's Zia's art on the cover. So it's a drawing, pen and ink with color. Excuse me, by Zia for $50. everybody leave us? Are they still there?
Yeah, I think most people will.
Nobody's commenting.
Well,
I will claim the deceased for 100 fleas.
No way!
Ted Keaton.
Thank you, Ted.
That's what we thought everybody laughed at us. Where'd everybody go?
Thank you, Ted.
Okay.
Thank you, Ted. If you could send me a DM, I'm pretty sure you and I are Facebook friends at the moment. If not, I will find you. And thank you, Ted.
Yeah, right.
And let me know if you
It's
want a
the middle
CGC.
one, right?
Thanks, Ted. Yeah.
Okay. That is Ted. And we will bomb Ted. Ooh, actually, I just put this in the wrong pile. Should remember that pile. You're right.
Gotta zoom out for the bomb.
Zoom out for the bomb. Unfortunately, I should have pulled more of the bigger bombs, but
That's okay.
here we go. Boom.
Woo!
Ew.
That one had a bit of a spring to it too.
Yes.
You gotta do your little button too.
I did it a ton of times.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Thank you, Ted.
And then Zia's last piece for the night is...
That one can actually come out because it's a wraparound cover.
wraparound? Okay.
Yeah.
I will open this.
So this is not a very well-known title, but it is the title and the issue number that I did my first ever pencil ink color cover on, like all my work. So this is a sketch cover though, of the same characters of Squish and Squash from Keen Spot, and I sort of was inspired by Dad's Batman Ra's al Ghul cover in order to do this one.
Screaming.
My cookies! Yes.
So that's Swish and Squash number 1. Again, it's a wraparound. Zia has done a wraparound original art on a wraparound blank cover. And this she's selling for 100.
Yep. Colors are super vibrant.
Yep. They
As
are.
usual.
I love your little diner.
It's a sloth that runs the diner.
I like the cheeseburger or hamburger on top. So if there's anything that you've seen during this show, whether it's Zia's stuff or Neal's stuff, you can always direct message Neal's account, even if you're looking for Zia or if you want to go find Zia.
They know where to find me.
You know where to find her. But if you can't find her, just do it through Neal. I know where Zia lives.
Okay, he wants to send to CGC.
And we will get it to you. So if there's anything that you've seen during the show, and maybe you've talked to your wife or your significant other, and they say it is okay to buy something, you can always direct message us over the weekend. I will always answer everybody over the weekend, and basically we will pull the piece. Our next show is going to be Wednesday night, the night before the 4th of July. Z and I will be here with red, white, and blue. And
Red, white, and blue something.
you can celebrate with us if you'd like. And I think Z and I are going to say good night.
Although I will tell you guys, Chris is not letting me have fireworks in the studio.
No, we're not
The
doing
confetti bombs
fireworks.
are the closest to,
Yes.
to fireworks that Chris
Let's
is going
light-
to allow
Let's
me.
light sparklers around Dad's art. That's a good idea. So anyway, we're going to say goodnight. Thank you for buying from us tonight. It was a fun show tonight. Thanks for being with us. If you can share us around and talk about us, that would be great. And we would appreciate that because this is what we survive on here. So everybody have a great weekend. Prepare for the
Brent.
4th. Get your burgers in and hot dogs or steak. Steak. Corn on the cob, shrimps on the Barbie, whatever your forte may be. Get that all delivered in this weekend. And Z and I are going to say good night and thank you very, very much.
Night,
Be
everybody.
safe this weekend.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.